Think of artists who do charge anywhere between $50 to $75 for tickets.
There are people
Who charges that much money?
Who does
Apparently.
that? Madonna
How much
does?
do we charge a ticket, John?
Yeah, but that's like a burlesque show.
It's a big production, isn't it?
27?
12?
You can speak.
Is that 12 or 21?
17 to 18 bucks a ticket? Wow.
Madonna charges $50.
Apparently. 50 to 75.
Madonna wears fur too. Did you know that?
Yeah.
We were talking about, boy, we should charge $25 and really milk it. Yeah, really.
As someone who grew up in bumfuck nowhere, concerts were never something that was an everyday occurrence thing. Sure, most of the times I had the money for it, but it was something that had to be planned months ahead, especially coming from a big family. But imagine this. The year is 2022. Taylor Swift announces her world tour, the Eras Tour. And besides seeing Lady Gaga at Fenway in August 2022 with just me and my mom, Taylor Swift was the next one on the list. And the thing about Taylor and our family is that we were pretty much all big fans of her. For me, Folklore and Fearless are some of my favorite albums to date, and I also have to include the fact that two of my sisters are the definition of Swifties. You might be wondering if they're the crazy ones, and in my opinion, I live with both of them, so even if they were not Taylor Swift fans, I would still think they were crazy. But going off of that, I remember being on TikTok during the time and everyone being so excited for the tickets to drop. We're also a year or two out from COVID, so what better way to celebrate and bring people together like a concert? That was until the prices dropped and all hell broke loose. Since using Ticketmaster, I've always had the worst experience buying tickets. It was so bad that not only did my sister's friend's mom had to buy our Taylor Swift tickets when all four of us got kicked out again and again and again. Even recently, just a couple months ago, I refused to pay over $1,000 to see Sabrina Carpenter in the nosebleed, so I sat my ass down outside TD Garden and waited 13 hours just to get a view like this for $150, which is absolutely insane. But the fact that it came to a point that we are now sitting in line waiting hours on hours, and some people even sleeping over in the box office line to just get tickets in itself is crazy. Today we're going to be taking a look back at the chaos of the Eras Tour tickets and if there's been any changes since then. We're also going to be talking about how it has now turned into an Olympic sport to even get your hands on tickets that are at a reasonable price, let alone good seating. Originally, when the Eras Tour tickets dropped, they were supposed to be priced around $50 to $400, but looking back, it was a blessing if you could even find a ticket under $1,000. Because in the end, many of these tickets were looked at as house prices. And the thing is, some people had no issue paying this amount of money. People were shamed when doing that, or even when they went more than once. But looking back, many of those comments and critics should have been put on Ticketmaster. Even in 2022, Ticketmaster has and still holds so much power because in the end, no one is competing with Ticketmaster, and they know no matter how much a ticket is worth, someone will end up buying it if they really want to. Even now in present time, they know how much power they have, which is why they take advantage of it. When the Eras Tour tickets came out, and even in present time, many people paying more than they need to and getting scammed. Like back in 2022, how a woman claimed she was charged $9,000 for Taylor Swift tickets after she didn't get them waiting 8 hours. And even after this incident, there were many more examples to follow, whether it was about the Eras Tour or not. After all of this, fingers were pointed and people wondering who was responsible for all of this. It got to a point where Taylor Swift herself had to come out with a statement basically saying that they did not handle how much of her tickets were on demand. In the end, ended up in a lawsuit. Even now, there are still lawsuits going on regarding Ticketmaster and Live Nation, but even the Eras Tour at its end, and artists like Beyonce, Kendrick, SZA, Tate, Gracie, The Weeknd coming back and doing these tours, many people are still facing battles of even trying to get their hands on tickets. But it just sucks because looking back when Nirvana and Madonna were dominating the music industry, tickets for shows like that were around $12 to $50 max. It's crazy that many people have to spend thousands of dollars to not even bring the best view with the money they paid for. And as much as I encourage people to sit in box office, I understand that many people have to plan ahead to go to some of these shows because it really does take up your whole day, especially if you're traveling miles to get there. As I said before, I come from a big family, and concerts was something that had to be paid months in advance for. One of us staying and waiting in box office was just never an option. My parents are busy people with 3 other kids who have schedules. Even if, hypothetically, if my parents dropped me off at box office and I did end up getting tickets, they can never just drop everything and go. It's just not realistic. Many people forget that a lot of people have lives and jobs that play a big role. So it absolutely sucks that many of these people would either have to bite the bullet and pay the amount of money regarding what they're viewing, and that Ticketmaster in the end does not care the amount you are paying for it, and that they are using their power to their advantage, even to this day. In the end, I really hope Ticketmaster gets their shit together, because I would not mind sitting 13 hours in line to see Sabrina Carpenter again. I would rather have my tickets paid at a reasonable price months in advance, so I know I have the tickets and I can now look forward to the concert. Many would rather do. One thing I have to say following as I'm yapping about this subject is I am so happy for so many of these people coming back on tour. Oh my god, like I have to pin down like who I want to see just because of so many of those artists. Like the artists that I named are all going on tour this year, and I find it amazing but also ridiculous because I also have I want to figure out who I want to see and how much I'll be paying for each ticket and where my seats are going to be. So I'm manifesting The Weeknd, Kendrick and SZA, and Coldplay. So thoughts and prayers to me, guys, and thoughts and prayers to all of you guys as well who are trying to get tickets this year. My prayers go out to you. Thank you.